Hey, what's going on? I'm Sarena Hess, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to enjoy spending an entire day by yourself. I strive to be the type of woman that savors alone time and enjoys being alone. I want to be the type of woman who's like not afraid to go out and take herself to dinner. I want to be the type of woman who goes to the movies by herself, who enjoys her own company. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm working on that. It's hard, it's awkward, you feel uncomfortable. So this video is the first of the series, Life with Yourself. Imagine you have an entire day by yourself. You can do whatever you want, nobody needs anything from you, nobody wants anything from you, and that is just your day to be free and clear and do what you want. I have had entire days to myself, and honestly, I've just wasted them. Gone on Facebook and Instagram and dwindled away my time, and then the next day I reflect and go like, oh, we could have actually done something there. That's why in this video, I'm gonna walk with you to plan a successful day of solitude. My first piece of advice for having a successful day of solitude, try to get the ball rolling as fast as you can. It's really easy to wake up, and because no one's around, no one's watching you, maybe go on your phone, do a little TikTok browsing, do a little Instagram browsing, but that's not gonna set you up for the most success. If you start the day slow and lazy, that's probably how the tone of your whole day is going to go. But instead, if you want to have a successful day, a productive day, where you're actually working on yourself and your goals, you need to hop out of bed and try to be as productive as you can. It could mean waking up and working out as soon as you wake up. That way it's like you've already done something hard, you've already started checking off that list, and you've already started making momentum. It's a lot easier to continue the momentum once you have it going, instead of like trying to get the ball rolling at 2 o'clock when you look around like, oh, I haven't done anything today. Wake up and do the hardest thing first. That way it gives you momentum for the rest of your day. You're doing this for yourself. Personal growth and working on yourself and choosing to get up every day is something that you chose because you want a better life. You want to pursue more. You're doing this for you. So set yourself up for the most success and get the ball rolling early. My second tip is make a game plan and stick to it. My biggest problem when it's just me is I kind of flirt with ideas. I can waste half an hour trying to figure out, should I go to Chick-fil-A? Maybe I should go to Chipotle. I don't know, maybe I should just stay home. If you're wasting all of that time trying to flirt with different ideas of what you should do, you're missing out on opportunities that you could actually be getting things done or actually be working on things. At the beginning of the day, I need you to sit down and make a game plan. Like, I'm gonna do these 5 things no matter what, or I'm gonna do these 10 things and it's going to be great, instead of going back and forth. By having no schedule, you're actually wasting time, because after each task, you're kind of like, okay, like now what do I do? If you're constantly like, okay, check, did this, going to the next task. Check, did this, going to the next task. It's when we have the opportunity to flirt with other ideas that we end up wasting time. So if you want to have the most effective day of solitude, then make a game plan and stick to it. No flirting with other ideas. Now, my third piece of advice for spending a successful day of solitude is have an ongoing list of things that you would love to do. One of my days of solitude recently, I cleaned the baseboards, and you're gonna think I'm crazy, I know, but girlfriend, I got into it. I was on my hands and knees, I was blasting Taylor Swift. I did that deep clean work that you mean to do and it never really happens, on top of the fan, mopping, and you're just really getting into it. And that's one of those things that's like always something like, oh, I should do that, but I never get around to doing it. This is a good idea, just to have an ongoing list of what you would do. So when the day comes, you can just look at that list and pick something that you want to do. What are 3 things that you would love to do if you had an entire day to dedicate to? What is a project that you've been wanting to research, or something you've been wanting to learn more about? What is a certain book that you've been wanting to read? What is a recipe that you've been dying to try to make? I want you to just have an ongoing list of things that you would love to dedicate more time to. So that way, when the time comes, you know exactly something that's exciting to you and that will make the time fly by. You can be productive with your time and you can feel good about your day of solitude. Now, my fourth piece of advice is this. If you feel anxious or nervous when you're spending the day alone or spending the weekend alone or whatever it is, I want you to identify your triggers. For me, I get anxious at night. If I am alone in my apartment at night, I get anxious. I feel like I hear every noise, I hear every sound, but identifying my triggers ahead of time helps me cope and helps me be prepared to deal with those emotions. Maybe you feel anxious going to the grocery store by yourself. Knowing ahead of time what you might rub up against can prepare you to feel empowered instead of fearful. As I said, I get anxious at night. What did I do with that? I created affirmations that I say to myself when I'm home alone that encourage me and empower me. I remind myself that I'm strong and I'm capable, and we've lived here for 4 years and nothing's happened, that I have a strong and amazing support system who would come running if there were anything bad happening. I would remind myself that I come from a line of strong family members, strong women who live by themselves and they don't live in fear. I want to be the type of woman who isn't afraid to stay on her own and go places on her own. Those are the type of affirmations that I repeat to myself and reaffirm who I am and who I am becoming more and more every day. If you have a trigger, if you have something that you know you feel anxious about or brings you worry or fear, I would encourage you to make a game plan, to make affirmations to help you, or maybe you could call your mom or call a friend if you know you're going to get nervous at a certain time of day. Understanding your triggers and what gives you anxiety is one of the first steps to doing something about it. Understanding what is giving you anxiety can help you build that relationship with yourself and have a more successful day of solitude. Now again, this is going to be a series. Comment below any ideas for other videos that you want to see in this area. The theme for this series is life with myself, understanding how we can live with ourselves, how we can be okay with solitude, ways that we can reflect and become better versions of ourselves. So if that is your jam and that sounds like something you would want to learn and want to learn more about, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I also have something free for you. It's my free confidence building checklist. I think confidence is the most important thing a woman can build. It's the first area that we need to work on to create a foundation for our lives. So if you need some help building your confidence, make sure you click the link in the description to download my confidence building checklist. And finally, if you need more encouragement, need some more pep talks, or just want to get started in the confidence building journey, make sure to check out this playlist for all the encouragement and all the good stuff. Again, I'm Sarena Hess. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.